So I wanted to show a rig I use with my stick mix. It's a very simple rig. It's a blowback rig I use with all my wafters. What I'll do is I'll show you how to make them and what I've been using. So I've got all the tools I need. Ridge Monkey rock bottom, £25. I've got a curved shank Ridge Monkey barbless size 6 hook for the lake I'm going to. I'm going to be using 6s instead of 4s, which I normally use. Got all my tools that I need. As you can see, it's in my Ridge Monkey tackle box. If you haven't got one, get one. They are great, perfect for building rigs on. Everything's in front of you, everything's there. Highly recommended. So I've cut off about 9 or 10 inches of the semi-stiff rock bottom from Ridge Monkey. What I'm going to do is I'm going to strip back some because I want to make a hair with it. So what I'll do is I'll go with roughly from the palm of your hand over to the end of your thumb. So if you keep your thumb closed, hand closed, so if I go from one end of the hand to the other, that's about right for me. I'd say that's about 3, maybe 4 inches. So I'll get my stripper tool, put my line through using thread and a needle. So pop that in and pull that back through. That should strip that off. I don't know if you can see quite there, it's not very bright, but about 3 or 4 inches of uncoated there. I could probably take a little bit more, to be honest. I'll probably take another inch off that, just so I've got enough to use. With this being a blowback rig, it's not like the stiffness will come into play, it's just to place the bait, so it's not going to be used for a pop-up, etc. So yeah, just take another inch off there. That's done. So like I say, I've got 9 inches now with about 4, got 9 inches of the braid with about 4 or 5 inches of showing. So simple enough. Overhand loop knot just to make the hair as tiny as you can. So I tend to use a baiting needle here. It does help. So all I do, little overhand knot, if you can see it, put the baiting needle through to grab the other end. As I'm quite a big lad, I do struggle with tiny little things with big hands, etc. So please bear with me. So what I've done, I'm trying to do, try that again. So it's all error and failure. It doesn't result in anything. So that's that through. As you can see, it's a tiny little hair now. Just pull the tag and make sure everything, what I do is I do wet it, pull everything tight so that it's gone tight. If you need your hook pull, put your hook pull inside of the loop you've just made. Give it a tug. That should tighten everything up nice and neat, as you can probably see. So that's perfect. Cut off the tag end. So just nip that off with the scissors. That's perfect for me. Yeah, spot on that is. So what I'll do now is I want to make it a blowback rig. So I'll get a pop-up or a wafter. These are the Live System white wafters from CC Moore. What I'll do is I'll hook that on. I don't put it on with a boiler stop or anything. I just place it in, pop it through. Okay, nice and easy. Pop that onto the hair as what it will be when it's finished. Just leave the top end showing where you would normally put the boiler stop. There you go, that's perfect, as you can see probably. Yeah, so it's just showing. So that's it at the moment. So what I'll then do is, I've got this remembered rightly, is put it through the back eye of the hook, so it's coming out of the front. Perfect. Get your rig ring, place that on the hook. So let me try that again, sorry. So I place the rig ring on the hook. What I would do is paste the line through the rig ring and then back through the back eye of the hook. So that's like that. So if you can see, pull that up till where you want the pop-up to sit, or the wafter to sit. I like mine quite close to the hook. So if I pull that, that's about a centimetre away from the hook, I'd say, maybe. Now, because I want to tie it to the rig ring, hold the rig ring where you want it on the hook, pull the back end of the eye out slightly again, and all it would do, pull it back out, do an overhand knot over the boilie, so that's over the boilie, and then back through the hole that is underneath the boilie. So you're still holding the rig ring, so you know where the rig ring's set. Pull that nice and tight. Once I've done it right, that would help. Once it decides to work. Right, so that should be on there. Sorry, bear with me. So that should now go nice and tight to the rig ring. So if you pull the boilie and you stop together, so that's now done an overhand knot to the boilie. So what I'll do now is then thread the back end of the rig back through the eye of the hook. So just make sure you don't trap the boilie in a loop again, otherwise it'll tangle up. So what I've done, okay, so I pull that through the back. Now it all depends where you want the rig ring now. So I like my rig ring quite towards the corner of the hook. So as you can see, it's a simple blowback there. What I'll do now, it's just a knotless knot, so I try to do 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back through the front, the back of the hook, so it goes nice and tight, so you're left with that. Now in my eyes that's a perfect blowback rig. You've got the movement of the wafter. When the hook sits flat, the wafter will go up and down like this, leaving you about 5 or 6 inches of length. All I'll do then, is up to you if you want to. You don't have to, but some people add a kicker to here. I'm not going to. I think with the stiffness and the wafter it'll be fine. I'll grab an anti-tangle sleeve for the other end. Okay. Push that through the bottom. So your anti-tangle sleeve is on. Do the top end here now. Simple overhand knot, just so you can get your loop. So 1 second, overhand knot. Hard to do it with the camera. Same again. I know people can do it with simplicity, but sometimes it's difficult with being big-handed. So it's an overhand knot. I tend, like I say, grab my boiling needle through the loop, grab the tag, pull it through. So all I do now is I'll grab my knot puller in one hand, a bit of moisture again. Now I've got a hook one at the other end, so I'll put that in there. So pull nice and tight, nothing's pulling. So all done there. Cut the tag end off. Okay, so when you pull that now, the anti-tangle sleeve will come up there, and you're left with the perfect blowback rig for a wafter. So after I've done the rig, as you can see, it's a blowback rig with a wafter, anti-tangle sleeve. I wanted to show you what I'll do next, which has been devastating for me. So what I'll do is I'll take the anti-tangle sleeve off. If I pull that off, yeah, it will come off. Now if we get the stick that we made earlier, get your long stick needle, I use Ridge Monkeys, push it right through the stick. So this will be a bit tight because the thing is tight. So as you can see, the stick's gone all the way through. Grab your end where your figure of 8 loop knot is, put it on the hook, close the clasp, Now if you pull them through, pull that all the way through, yes, it's going to be tight because it's normal. So that's through. Now if you look at the bottom, the hook is now firmly placed inside the bag. So that hook will not damage, will not get tangled up. Your wafters on the outside. All you do then is pop the anti-tangle sleeve back on, hook that on your quick hook, so that's ready to cast out like you would a PVA bag. That'll land, explode, wafter will sit nice on top, hook's then hidden amongst all the bait. That for me has been used for, I've been fishing now for nearly 30 years. I think I've used it for about 20 since my uncle showed how to do them. I've never used a PVA bag, I've always used sticks, and that's the way I'd use it for a wafter blowback rig. With a Ronnie, you can do it, but I tend to hook it on and not pull it through because obviously when you have putty on the Ronnie, it would sit inside the bag and I just don't like it. But I will do a tutorial on making a Ronnie, and I'll show you what I'll do that way, and we'll try and figure out if sticks can be used or can't be used or what's best method. Appreciate you listening in. Hope this helps in your arsenal, and good tight line fishing. Well guys, thanks very much for listening in. Hope that little tutorial helped, and I look forward to making videos in the future. All I ask, if you do like the content, is give us a subscribe, get us on YouTube, follow me on Instagram at CastTheCraftyCarper, YouTube video CastTheCraftyCarper TV, and I also run a Facebook group for local lads in Staffordshire, which is Castle Carp Crew. Feel free to add us up, and I look forward to seeing you in the future. Nice one and tight lines.